U.S. Congressman Eric Sorensen brings back the Invest to Protect Act to the House. The bill would support a grant program for small and mid-sized police departments to recruit, train, provide mental health resources, and retain law enforcement officers. Sorensen says this act is essential to protect law enforcement and the community.
We need to make sure that we have the officers that are necessary to keep our communities safe. We need to make sure that officers aren't working 6-7 days a week, that they're not spread so thin that unfortunately there is a higher risk of officers not being 100%.